Within a single season, the reputation of Pakistan cricket began shattering with shocking speed. A first-ever Test defeat to Bangladesh on home soil was followed by a humiliating early exit from the T20 World Cup. The 2025 Champions Trophy in Dubai provided the definitive blow. Pakistan was bundled out for a vulnerable 241, and India chased the target down with 6 wickets to spare, comfortably dismantling their arch-rivals. The backlash from fans and former players was immediate. Former stars began publicly arguing that the players themselves were not the ones at fault for the decline. A nation once feared for its relentless pace battery and aggressive batting is now witnessing a total ecosystem collapse. Their rivals spent a decade modernizing their infrastructure, while Pakistan's system remains stagnant. This sequence of historic losses reflects the reality of a system that stayed in the past while the rest of the world evolved. In 2017, the team stood on top of the world after winning the Champions Trophy. It was a moment of peak success that masked the deep structural rot forming underneath. Relying on individual heroics and what many called unpredictable talent allowed the cricket board to ignore long-term development. They assumed natural flair would always be enough, but that strategy is no longer viable. While Pakistan relied on instinct, global competitors weaponized data and built specialized developmental pipelines. This is a win probability chart. It tracks how modern teams use predictive analytics to make decisions. Instead of playing by gut feeling, strategy is now dictated by specific matchups, like bowling left-arm spin against a right-handed power hitter, specifically to lower their strike rate in the power play. The data reveals a stark reality. If a team loses 3 wickets in the first 6 overs, they have an 85% chance of losing the match. Captains respond by creating a safety threshold, often choosing to sacrifice 10 runs in an over just to avoid losing that statistically fatal 3rd wicket. This makes on-field decisions look very different than they did a decade ago. Every risk taken by a modern captain is now a calculated move based on probability. In this era, matches are won or lost through data preparation before the first ball is even bowled. India's dominance is built on a high-volume domestic pipeline. The Ranji Trophy and Mushtaq Ali tournaments act as a massive crucible, forcing talent to prove themselves over long seasons. The IPL takes this further. It forces players into specialized, designated roles across massive sample sizes before they ever reach the national team. This environment produces players who are elite specialists in multiple disciplines. They don't just contribute with bat and ball, they are capable of commanding a spot in the roster based on either skill alone. Pakistan's pipeline works in reverse. Instead of long-term proof, the board often scouts 2-match wonders from the PSL who have performed well against subpar bowling on flat tracks. This is compounded by Parchi culture, a system where struggling veteran stars are retained because of their status, while elite grassroots talent is left to wait on the sidelines. A broken developmental pipeline will inevitably produce squads filled with bits and pieces players, athletes who are decent at many things, but lack the elite, specialized skills required to win at the highest level. The Pakistan Cricket Board has responded to this decline with reactionary mandates. They've fired staff, held emergency meetings, and demanded strict new fitness standards. They've also tried hiring a rotating cast of elite foreign coaches, including Mike Hesson, Jason Gillespie, and Gary Kirsten, hoping they can force a turnaround. But even world-class coaches struggle when they are handed squads that lack fundamental game awareness and format-specific skills. Elite management is ineffective if the board continues to treat the symptoms of poor performance rather than fixing the broken pipeline. The 2026 international calendar offers no breathing room. Grueling tours against Australia, England, and New Zealand are already scheduled, alongside a net-air T20 World Cup. Reactionary measures, like fining players or public shaming, will offer no protection against teams that have spent years refining their tactical models. The romantic era of Pakistan winning purely on unpredictable natural flair has been phased out by the modernization of the sport. If Pakistan is to compete in this new world, they don't need a new captain or coach. They must completely rebuild a meritocratic, data-fluent domestic foundation from the ground up.